Mariners beat the Astros again as Cal Raleigh breaks an unbelievable slump, washes off the bad mojo. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mariners Daily. My name is Sam Edwards. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. If you enjoy Daily Mariners content, make sure you freaking subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and leave a 5-star review. Let me know what you like about the show and what you don't like. Throw it in the comments. I appreciate you guys viewing and taking part in this daily Mariners conversation as we break them down game by game going through the entire season. Cal Raleigh breaks an 0 for 38 slump with a couple singles yesterday off the Astros. Yeah, it's pretty good. And he did wash off some bad mojo, literally due to some advice from Logan Gilbert. The catcher showered in full uniform after Monday night's game. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, decided to do something different. Showers in full uniform after Monday night's game, due to Gilbert's advice. And Raleigh said, quote, Logan gave me some good advice to wash off the bad mojo or juju from the baseball gods. So yeah, it worked. He was right. So I got to give him credit for where credit's due. Yeah, he went on to say how nice it was to break out of the slump, how a little bit annoying it was because he knew people were going to make a big deal out of it. I think it's the situation that we all go through when you've been doing something bad and you finally do something good and you're like, oh my gosh, thank goodness, but also it's so annoying that this is a big thing, and that's kind of what I was getting from Rally's quotes there. It's a frustrating situation. Over 38. I mean, it's nothing to like just scoff at. And he kind of goes on to say yes, they're able to laugh about it, but also there was some guys that were like, this is getting bad. And it was getting bad. So I think it's good for him to feel that pressure, or justifiably so to have him feel that pressure. And it was great to see him break out of it with 2 hits. He gets a walk as well, and he made some good contact as well, which is the most important part. Are you hitting the ball hard? And yeah, good to see him break out of this slump. Let's get into the game recap here, baby. The offense has come to life as expected, just as hoped. Facing Tatsuya Imai, the new Japanese pitcher on the Houston Astros, supposed to be their ace, started off the season very bad. Last time he was in the majors, sorry, last time he was in the majors. Last time he was starting for the Astros, he lasted a third of an inning versus the Seattle Mariners as we took it to him. And we did pretty well in this one as well. Starting off in the second inning, Cal starts the inning off with a walk. And then Randy Arozarena with the game of his life. 2-run homer right there over the Crawford boxes. Beautiful hit. Beautiful homer. He did fantastic in this game. Uh, Fast forward to the other half of the second, Zach DiZenzo doubles into the gap, and then Braden Shoemake singles him in. There were a couple good located four-seamers from Wu, who I'm going to get to in a second. But a couple good pitches, a couple good four-seamers. The only hits he would allow off the four-seamer the entire day. So that's good to see. Scores a run for the Astros. We go over to the third inning. Altuve and Jordan start the inning off with walks of their own. Um, those were the only 2 walks that we would allow in this game as he pitched extremely well. Isaac Paredes comes up. He flies out. Christian Walker doubles down the line to score a run in, and then Bryce Smith and DeZenzo strike out for Wu to get out of the inning, which was impressive. He was kind of, he had these moments where he was kind of dancing out of trouble, but the strikeouts were flowing, and he really settled in, especially after the third inning there. I think he set down 11 straight to finish off this start, which was absolutely fantastic. In the fourth inning, Randy won a challenge, which was going to be a strikeout. It was a strikeout call. Randy wins the challenge. He ends up getting hit by a pitch. He then steals second base. Luke Raley gets hit by a pitch of his own, and then JP comes up for a 4-pitch walk to set up Dominic Canzone. I'm a big Dominic Canzone guy. He's got really good hard hit metrics, and he was very good. Obviously, that breakout campaign last year, and I just want to see him get full time playing. Really, just want to see him play full time. Prove to me you can't do it. Prove to me you can't, because he hits his first career grand slam, 105 miles per hour off the. I can't talk. I can't. I don't think I can talk for a guy that does a daily podcast. I don't think I know how. Oh my gosh, 105 miles per hour off the bat from Canzone. It was a beautiful cold slider that was middle of the zone. Canzone does exactly what you're supposed to. Fifth inning, Cal has still not breaked out of his slump yet, but he gets a very good fly out, 100 miles per hour off the bat. Like I said, he was making good contact. Fast forward to the seventh inning, Cal breaks his slump at an 0 for 38 with 105 exit velocity on a single. Randy then doubles him in. Beautiful hit from Randy. Alex Hoppe comes in. He ends up pitching 2 clean innings, 2 strikeouts, 0 hits, 0 walks. He does come in and immediately give up some very hard contact. First one to Shoemake for a hard grounder to Cole Young, who makes a beautiful diving play to throw him out. That ball was 107 off the bat from Shoemake. Bryce Matthews comes up, gets a hard fly out to J Rod. Not a diving play, but a good sliding play from J Rod. That ball was hit 106 miles per hour off the bat. Good for Hoppy to have to have a couple clean innings, which was cool. 2 innings for him. Saves our bullpen just a little bit, but he did give up some hard contact. It's not all fine and dandy with Hoppy. He did okay going from then on, but hard contact, just keep it in mind. Hoppy's not, incredible. He does get a lot of strikeouts, but he's still, we're still waiting for him to prove himself to be a full time major leaguer. Speaking of trying to prove himself, Domingo Gonzalez, who just got recalled from AAA, pitched a clean 9th inning. I say clean. He did give up a hit and a walk, but did get a strikeout. No runs given up in 1 inning for the 9th. AAA this season, Gonzalez has 15 innings pitched, 12 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 14 strikeouts, doing pretty well. He did not look great in this 1 inning, but listen, man, it's your MLB debut. I'm going to give you a pass. We'll see what happens. We'll see if he just gets sent back down to AAA, possibly. That's my thought process. But either way, like I said in yesterday's episode, I mean, the hope was we need to get this offense going. Tatsuya Imai has not been very good this season. It was great to see that the Mariners were able to take advantage of him, but not only him, but also of the bullpen as well. I feel like a lot of times these days we will take advantage of a starting pitcher who doesn't have it, and then we just go freaking silent versus the bullpen. Well, we kept the pressure on the Astros all night for a 10-2 win. Like I said, this was Randy's game. 4 for 4 in this game. Homer, couple of doubles. Great to see from Randy. And great to see that he is just still so solid defensively. It's super freaking encouraging. Let's get to Bryan Woo, who is also encouraging. He had a rough start. He had a couple rough starts. The homers were a big problem. He was giving up homers left and right, a couple starts in a row. Last start, we saw him finally settle in 6 shutout innings, 9 Ks. Well, this one, he pitches 6 innings, 9 Ks again. Just a little bit worse. 4 hits given up, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, but for the most part, really settled in. He led the way with the 4-seamer this start, 43 use percentage, 7 whiffs, 5 called strikes, a 26.7 CSW percentage, and a 68 strike percentage. Very solid, very encouraging. He then backed it up with the sinker and sweeper per usual. Sinker he threw 26% of the time due to a lot of the right-handed batters, but instead of jamming them inside to right-handers, it looks like he was actually trying to sneak them over on the inside to lefties, which I kind of thought was interesting. If you look at the plot points, which you can find those on Baseball Savant or pitcherlist.com, you'll see the sinker specifically was thrown pretty much exclusively away to righties and inside to lefties, which I kind of thought was interesting. There were 26% of the time, only 2 whiffs, but 5 called strikes. Decent 25.9 CSW percentage, 74 strike percentage. So my man was throwing strikes. And like I said, even on the 2 hits that he gave up on the four seamer, well located pitches. One was outside to Shoemake, I believe it was, and then DeZenzo. It was an inside, it was still outside, but it's like right on the corner. The good swings from both batters, I will say, because they were good pitches from Wu, in my opinion. Not poorly located. The sweeper came through with the swings and misses, a 22 use percentage on the sweeper, 4 whiffs, 4 called strikes, 34.8 CSW. It's exactly what you want to see. 73 strike percentage on the sweeper is pretty freaking crazy. All he really needed was those 3 pitches. He did sprinkle in a couple sliders and a couple changeups. Those didn't do a whole lot. Slider did get a whiff and a called strike, which for how many he threw, that was actually kind of impressive. But either way, didn't really need those pitches too much. Four seamer, sinker, sweeper. He's the same pitcher you knew, the same pitcher you love. He's still dope. He still makes us feel dope. And he's still the ace of this staff. Great to see him just solidify himself continually, to put those bad starts behind him and not to give up too much hard contact. We still put Jordan pretty much to rest. Yes, he took a walk, but the fact that we were able to calm him down because my man was freaking hot as hell. And it's just great to see our rotation really settle in here. Speaking of our rotation and settling in, we are in flux right now. First off, we're in the middle of a 13 game straight road trip. And because of that, we've got Bryce Miller returning from AAA, returning. He has not pitched in the majors this season. I'm excited to see what we can get, baby. I'm looking for 5 innings. Miller's going to start tonight. Castillo is going to start tomorrow. And then Hancock is going to pitch the next day. We are in the middle of 13 straight games. They are going with a 6-man rotation so that they don't have to make a decision. Uh, not because of that, but, just to give guys some days off and give them some rest. I'm really excited to see Miller tonight. I can't wait to see what he can do. We've seen the top tier velocity in the minors in spring training. We saw it, and then we saw it continue in his rehab starts. Last we saw 5 shutout innings from Miller. I'm really excited to see what he can do. I'm excited to see this velocity. I've just been excited for Miller's season for so long, and now finally, May 13th, we finally get to see him. And I really want to see that we can get some quality, just a quality season from Miller. See him really settle in and see the pitcher that we wanted to see. How long will it last, though? Because we don't know what the rotation is going to look like. Wilson said they're going to recalibrate after this after this road trip. So we'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. Castillo should be sent to the bullpen. That's what should happen. But the Mariners don't always do what should happen. They don't always make the right decision. I think Castillo at the very least should be in the bullpen. I don't see if you're trying to win the most games and you're also, in them going six starting pitchers in this road trip. They are trying to maximize their rotation in Gilbert, Wu, and Kirby, and then they want to see what they can get. And who's going to be the best? Hancock, Miller, Castillo. Obviously, that's how I think it will be. I think that's how it should be. I think Hancock has proved himself enough to give him more than enough of a shot. Now Castillo can be still a quality pitcher, I think. He's not too far off from last year, but also at the same time, I've talked about his struggles before. I believe it was last week. If you go back and see Castillo in the thumbnail, it's kind of where I broke him down. Yeah, I think his fastball is just not good. His fastball is not good, and he lives and dies by that fastball. And even when it was getting whiffs, it was still getting hit hard, man. And that's not good. and that is not passable for Castillo because his slider is not always on and his changeup is not the pitch that it once was. So freaking give Miller and Hancock the full-time starter spots and get Castillo in that bullpen. He can be a long relief guy, or maybe he can find a little bit of success inning by inning. Maybe we see a little increase of the velocity, possibly. We've never seen Castillo out of the bullpen really at any point in his career. Obviously, he's been a rock for us for a long time, kind of his nickname. But listen, man, if we don't need him anymore and he's just not performing half as well, put him in the bullpen, see what he can do, and move from there. Obviously, if Miller or Hancock does start to struggle a lot, then you can always stretch Castillo out and get him back into the rotation because then he can provide maybe some quality innings. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm excited to see Miller start tonight. So freaking lock in, baby. And let's keep beating up these Astros, and let's hope the rotation, or sorry, the offense continues its spark here, and hopefully Raleigh can continue as well. Because we've seen J Rod get going, we're seeing Randy get going, and Raleigh just broke out of his slump. So here's hoping this offense. I keep wanting to say rotation. This offense gets going. We got McCullers on the mound for the Astros. I think we can take it to them. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a good one.